In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own circle of fifths, fourths, whatever you want to call it. So from watching this video, once you've produced your own, you can keep it and use it as a reference. I've wrote out here, alphabetically A to A, then repeated, numbered across the top, repeated. I've taken a section here from C to C and expanded it out here. Underneath, I've done the major formula of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If you run that through the piano keyboard, starting from the C to the C, through the tone, tone, semitone, and so forth, the result is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, no sharps or flats. This is going to be the first scale, the C scale, and this first scale resulted in no sharps, which are also known as raised notes, or flats, known as lowered notes. It's like the black keys on the piano. Now take one of these, or any circle, round about 3.5–4 inch in diameter. Place it in the middle of your paper and draw around it. Start around here to the left. You'll find that by the time you get back around, you can just about manage to meet it with it. Now do a 12 o'clock position directly across 6 o'clock, across here to the 3 o'clock. So we've made 4 markers. Now we want to make 2 markers in between each of these for the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11. We'd agree that the top one here, we're going to allocate that C scale. We'll just put the letter C and it add 0 or none, no sharps or flats. I'm just doing 2 horizontal lines. I take the measurement to the end of the page and then start from number 2 in muds and then stop on number 20 or 19 so that it matches with the one above. Start freehand with 1 vertical and 2 smaller ones and another full vertical, and do 3 and then another full vertical, and then 2, and just repeat this the whole way along. Once you've done that, turn these into T's the whole way along. Once you've done that, 2 verticals either side the whole way along. Once you've done that, start in the top left hand side corner and just do lines across to shade this in. Shade them all in. Now we want to find our C that we started at the top of the page there. So we look for the group of 2 black ones, because with the piano it goes 2 black ones, 3 black ones, 2 black ones, 3 black ones, the whole way across, from left to right. The C's are here to the left of the 2 black ones. There's another one, and there would be another one. From the C, what we want to do is determine what we're going to put at the 1 o'clock position. We're working clockwise around this circle for now. Now in order to determine what we're going to put here, we need to count on the piano 7 semitone steps. So we can choose any C. We're going to the right on the keyboard. So we start on the C, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We land on the G. So going back to our original page that we started off with, we did the C to C. Now we want to do G to G. Here I've drawn up another piano diagram. I want to go from the G note here to the next G note through the major formula of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So there's the first tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That produced an F sharp. Now I won't do this with each and every scale, but to each one we do, you need to apply the major formula there. I've wrote out here the G major scale. The G major scale has resulted in one sharp, and that is the F sharp here. Now I'm going to use this G scale on the 1 o'clock position on that circle. I've placed the G here, and it has one sharp. Now for the next one we need to do another 7 semitones in the direction of the right on the keyboard. So starting here, beg your pardon, there, not that one. We want to go 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D is what we want now. Here's the D to D alphabetical. If we use the major formula, and it will result in this: D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. So we can place the D scale, which has 2 sharps, at the 2 o'clock position. We'll continue clockwise round the circle, determining which is the next scale we're going to put on here. Again, we used 7 semitone steps to determine the next one. Adding 7 semitones from the D scale, or the D note on the piano, to the right will take you to an A. Again, that's got 3 sharps, so you can see the sharps have gone 0, 1, 2, 3. If we start from the A, go 7 semitones, results in a G, an E, and that has 4 sharps. 7 semitones from the E will take you to a B, and that has 5 sharps. Travelling 7 semitones up from the B will take you to an F sharp. We can see that by going from this B, 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes us to the F sharp. The F sharp has 6 sharps, but because it's an F sharp, it's known as enharmonic, so it has another equivalent, which in this case it's G flat. But I'll explain about that as we progress round the circle of fifths when we go anti-clockwise. I've progressed round the circle clockwise from this F sharp. The next one was a C sharp, 7 semitones to the right on the keyboard, then gives a G sharp, again 7 semitones, then gives a D sharp, 7 semitones, we come to an A sharp, and 7 semitones later, you'll just come to an F. So we can see how we've produced the 12 points as we go around the circle here. What's important is we've started from the 0 sharps on this C and added 1 each time When we get to this point, we might as well stop because all these are enharmonic. And what I mean by that, if we now go anti-clockwise, starting from the C, we add 5 semitones. So from C to F, going to the right on the piano keyboard, it'll bring us to an F. Let's just prove that. Let's go from this C here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes us to an F. From the F, 5 semitones higher on the piano keyboard will take us to a B flat. And then 5 semitones later will take us to E flat. 5 semitones to the right on the keyboard will take us to A flat, and another 5 semitones will take us to a D flat, and so forth. Now you can see these are enharmonic. They're like the black key on a piano. If you look at A sharp or B flat, for example, here, it's an enharmonic note. It's both A sharp or B flat, and that applies to all of these. If you look at E flat or D sharp, which would be that one, it is D sharp or E flat. Now what's significant about this circle, magic circle, circle of fifths, circle of 7 semitones, or circle of 5 semitones, whichever one you want to call it, just call it the magic music circle. If you point to any particular key scale, we'll take, for example, C. I point to the red pen to the C. If you look to its left, you will find the F, and if you look to its right, you'll find the G. Now, that's very significant because this is the one chord. If you're playing chords from this scale, so you strum the chord of C, and then the fourth chord, if you look, C, D, E, F, is F. The fifth chord is G. This time I've moved the central pen, the red one, to point to the G. That's a 1 chord. The C chord will be the 4th chord, and the D chord would be the 5th chord. So these are known as the family of chords, the 3 chords that sound good together, the major chords in any scale. If you look up some books called the 3-chord trick, what that's doing is finding songs that can be played just using 3 chords. So 1 chord, 4 chord and 5 chord from any scale, generally C or a G scale. So just to summarise on here, this is the order of sharps going clockwise from no sharps, 1 sharp, 2 sharp, 3 sharp, 4 sharp, and so forth. Now each sharpened one will say 0 as no sharps. When we go to the G, the first note that's sharpened is the F. Yeah? And then as we go around and add an additional one, what gets sharpened then is the F and the C. And then if we go around to the next one, the A, the next one that's sharpened is F, C, G. And if we go around to an E, we then sharpen F, C, G, D, and so forth. That's how it works around. You add an additional sharp. And going anti-clockwise, starting from C, our first F scale, has a B flat note in that. And then here we've got a B flat scale, E flat scale, A flat scale, and D flat scale. Now, I know they're enharmonic, just ignore the one underneath it. You can call it A sharp if you want, but it's known as the B flat scale, E flat scale, A flat scale. So anyway, I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. And I'll be on to another lesson soon covering rhythm patterns and music notation and note duration and tempo. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do.